All right, it is early Wednesday afternoon, and it is time to show up. I'm showing up. I'm glad you showed up. I appreciate every single one of you. Really, I do. And do the little YouTube dance, like, comment, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. And let's talk about the progress on completing this 30-day character drawing challenge that I started earlier. So, well, got anything started up? Oh, have I done my login bonus thing? I don't think I have today. No. I have not. There we go. Okay, that's taken care of, and now we just pull up the appropriate file. I did do my faces. I did do all of the face things that I'm supposed to do. And if you zoom in on these, I've taken the references and I've put them underneath of the individual drawings, so that I could see how well I did. And you can see on the first one I did a really terrible job. And then when we come over to the next one, that one's pretty terrible too. But then the third one is actually starting to look halfway decent. And the fourth one is getting better. The fifth one is definitely getting better. And all of these, you can see definite improvement all of the way through them. So that's nice. Of course, they still suck. And then I moved on from that. And of course, I had to do my assemble a face from multiple features. So I took like multiple references, and there's obviously one of them is Huang Le, and one of them is some chick from Black Lagoon, and one of them's the girl from Call of the Night, and one of them is some VTuber or other. I don't remember. And then of course you've got the what's her name, the armpit lolly that was all over the place from like some gacha game. And I combined all of those features together, and I don't think I did a terrible job. But, yeah, it's not exactly a great job either. So, it's okay, I guess. I'm going to drop that in the Faces folder. And we're going to take these features, and we're going to put them away. And now it's time to put that head on a body. So we need to start with, we're of course going to use Sonozaki Mion, because that's what we always use. And I should probably clean my screen. I haven't done that yet today. So let's get set up for that and get that taken care of. I'm really trying to ignore news today. The news is not good. It's not making me happy. I'm not liking it. So I'm going to ignore it, because I am privileged enough to live in a situation where I can. Some of us are not that privileged, and I hope your day goes better than some people's. But esse qua messe. As they say, it is what it is. All right, so I need to draw this body, and I've drawn this body so many times. Well, I need a vector layer, don't I? No, I don't need a vector. I need a raster. So there we go. So we're going to use a standard raster layer there, and we're going to start by just kind of roughing in. I'm going to use this hard pencil brush. I've been messing around some brush settings, and I've constructed this this hard pencil and soft pencil. The soft pencil builds up fairly quickly, actually. Let's drop the hardness, but yeah, the soft pencil builds up fairly quickly, and it has some body to it, whereas the hard pencil builds up somewhat slowly. And if we go larger, you can really see that it takes some time to build up. But the building up happens relatively quickly when you're down on the lower settings. So I can come in here and just sort of rough in, and I'm experimenting with different sort of methods to get the kind of stuff I'm drawing down on the paper. So there's the forefinger. There we go. There. And I don't like the way that looks. I think I have fucked that up. That's not that. I can fix it. I can fix it later. There's the edge of the elbow right there. Here's the arm coming up and drawing without clothing. I mean, not like completely without clothing. But we got that curve in the spine right there. And then we got that curve on the butt right there. And we want a little bit of a cut in there. Not too much of one. We don't want Mion to have like junk in the trunk too much, you know? But we do want there to be like some cut inward there. So we got that, and this is kind of, that's sort of the flow we're looking at there. This is typically the way it's actually, let's bring that in farther. I think fundamentally, we want, I've got this in erase mode, but it's not erasing very well, so I'm larger horsehair brush, then go back to the hard pencil, back to about size of 8, and here we've got the breast is going to come in around here. I do not want this character to have very large breasts, so keep that. Okay, let's roughen the rib cage here. Other breast coming around the side, and because these are smaller, they're not going to be quite as perky. Here's the arm coming down. It comes down to about the same, not quite the same level as this elbow because it's lifted up. So that comes over and that comes over, and here is the so that needs to, like so. Got the sort of, here's the general profile. There's kind of an hourglass shape to a woman's abs, and kind of get that in place, and that's about right. Okay, so, and then we'll have this leg that come out at that angle. We've sort of got this twist going on here. Rough that in a little more. And okay, so there's the body. Shoulders There's the neck, and we're going to drop the head on top of that neck. Which means I don't really like the way that this has come together. I don't really think it's going well. I think I fucked some stuff up, but okay. So let's begin. We've got a fairly wide chin at the bottom here. Get the shape of the face, and let's just go to the horsehair brush. Lips fairly wide. The nose. What's her name? Nagisa from Call of the Night. So we're gonna do that right there, and then the eyes are this kind of overtly sexy. Got this kind of here, and got eyelashes coming out. And then turn off that so I can get the hairstyle. Now, hairstyle we're doing sort of swoop and bob. Like so. Let's kind of firm up the lines here. And we'll get that in. Let's exaggerate that a bit more. Bring this back. We'll pull this in sooner. Take that leg farther back. Twist going on. Here's the front of the belly. Here's the leg coming down here. Here's the arm. Back of the arm. Yeah, I think that hand actually turned out substantially better. Okay, all right, so we've got something like that, and at this point we're supposed to put clothes on it, but I don't care because this is what I'm supposed to do at this point. The next thing that I need to do with this, I don't really like the way this looks. I really need to like fix this. Let's think a little bit about how this. Let's actually let's use the lasso tool. Grab this head right here, and we'll transform it and grab it and pull it over here. Because I don't really like that. I don't really like that head. Okay. Deselect, go back to our brush, and now let's do an angle more similar to what we have here. Got the hair comes down, so that needs to come farther back. Back of the head always goes back farther than I think it. It's a fairly common issue people have. Here's the nose shape. mouth, eyes. This one has a bit of perspective, but too much. I'm not too happy with that, but it's something. That should actually be farther forward. Let's grab this, transform, and move the head farther forward. Like so. Okay. Now that should give us a better feel overall piece. I am not liking this. I don't like this bit. Eyes don't look right. Bring the eyes a bit farther. Try and get her direction. Some eyebrows on here. We need eyebrows. And okay, we're getting somewhere on. So that kind of comes in like so, and that comes so, and this front leg here, I think, pull that. Pull that. Back of that leg. Okay, so. She's Japanese, so she has skinny legs. That's the nature of Japanese women. I'm really not happy with this. This is too wide. So let's transform. No. Cancel. Control Shift T. So. Gives us a better control over that. Yeah, the body's too thick. Yeah, I don't like it. I'm not sure how to fix this, so I'm going to go to construction. I'm going to go back to my hard pencil, and I'm going to say here is the back of the rib cage and the front of the rib cage. There's rib cage there. There's kind of a central line. That comes back here. That should really come farther back, I think. Oh yeah, definitely. Let's bring that farther back, and let's bring her leg farther back. And that's where the crotch is. Then should come down, swoop over. This should come farther back, like substantially back. And there's the back of that leg. Clear that out. Still not 100% happy with the way this is turning out. Here would be one side of the pelvis, and this is kind of the action line of the spine. And then that leads into, here's the iliac crest, here's the ischium, and here, got a corresponding right there. So, the other leg would be here. Here's the front of this leg. And there's the front of that leg. That's better, I think. I'm still not happy with it. This angle doesn't look right. I think that's a better angle. There. Around there, I think. Space out. Fixing stuff when you fuck it up is the really important thing. And I'm not good at that. I'm not good at getting myself to do that. Huh. I don't dislike the look of this face. If I drop another layer on top of it and switch to a bright contrasting color, I don't dislike this face. I think there's potential here. I think there needs to be more space between the eyes. I think there needs to be more forehead. I think there needs to be a higher forehead here. So hair maybe comes in like so. And maybe more of a neck. That might be a good idea. The breasts, I think those are okay. I'm not going to dwell too much on those. This arm, I think, did reasonably well. I'm not thoroughly disgusted with this hand. That hand's not terrible. But here, the lower body, that's where things are really kind of going off the rails. So that kind of gives me a pointer to where I need to focus. Now, I'm going to be putting this girl in some clothes over the next couple of days, because if we go back to the instructions, we see that my next order of business is to dress up the Day 28 character with elements from 5 references: shoes, trousers, shirt, jacket, hat. And I've actually got those selected already. I've got these little strappy shoes over here, which I think are pretty cool. I'm using the wrong layer again. Okay, so I've got these little strappy shoes over here that I think are kind of cool. I'm going to put her in some jeans with a belt, and then I'm going to put her in this kind of tight sweater that Liz Hurley wore in Bedazzled. And I'm going to give her this trilby hat. That is not a fedora, that is a trilby. And then over top of all of this, I want to do this kind of swoopy coat that hangs off of the shoulders from this Otakokoto drawing. Because I really like her style. I really like the way all of this fits together. So so that's sort of the direction I'll be going with all of this over the course of the next couple of days, and trying to finish up on Friday. And I don't know, maybe on Friday's video I render this and try to like make it look good and have something of a piece that I can post somewhere. Maybe that would be good. Let's go ahead and wax save on this. Yep, save, yes. Okay. How much time have I spent on this total? Not as much as you would guess, amusingly enough. 4.5 hours total. That includes all of the reference gathering and everything. So, yeah. But that's where we are in that, and that's pretty much where I'm going to leave it for today. Not gonna try and do more work on that today. I will do the rest of it tomorrow and the day after. I may do some work on it today, but I don't anticipate getting all the work done on it today. So, once again, do the little YouTube dance, like, comment, subscribe, and okay, bye.